Hi, I'm Mark Monlux, and this is your Friday night movie recommendation. The year is 1934. 1934. Well, let's talk about what happened in 1934. The FBI was very busy. They managed to bring down Pretty Boy Floyd, Bonnie and Clyde, Dillinger. All of them had huge warrants out for their arrest and being, but they pretty much all bit the dust. Now, keep in mind this is during Depression, so a lot of people were looking forward to having fun and doing things at the theater. Um, Outside the theater, people were reading books. Um, the two very popular books at the time was The Postman Always Rings Twice and Mary Poppins just came off the presses. Other movies, Bing Crosby was very big. He had a couple of big songs that come out that year. June in January was one of his biggest that year. And at the box office, It Happened One Night, starring Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert. That movie, which I absolutely love that film, and while they weren't known as Oscars at that time, this is basically Academy Awards. That movie walked away with 5 of the top awards that year. And I'll just mention this: it revived and made traveling by Greyhound a thing, and did wonders for the busing industry. Greyhound lived off of that movie for decades. But that aside, the movie that I'm going to talk to you about it was an independent film. It was not part of the main studio system. It's pretty much done for the exploitation circuit. And the director was a guy named Dwayne Esper, who would later go on to do another cult exploitation film called Marijuana. And this film is called Maniac. And it is deemed quite possibly the worst film of all time. Now, a lot of people say, oh, Ed Wood did a lot of bad films in the so bad it's good category, but this came before then. I mean, this movie has never gotten good reviews. Right off the gate, people saw this thing as, oh my God, not just bad, but oh my God, bad. So, a part of that was instead of mainstream actors, they were using anyone they could. This thing was done on a really minuscule budget. I think it was like $7,500 for the entire thing. A lot of the actors and actresses were not credited in the film. A fair amount of them came from vaudeville, and so they just saw this as a way to do their over-the-top performances on film. And, that just didn't help because, you want to be a little bit more subtle when you're on film. But no, not with this film. Oh, my God. Basic premise. Oh, should I even go there? I don't even want to mention. I'm going to mention this. There's a cat farmer in the film. Yes, a cat farmer. That's a pretty apt description. There's a guy who's a doctor, then a guy who's pretending to be the doctor, and then there's murder, there's a lot of nasty stuff. This was pre Hays Code era stuff, so there's nudity. Of course, that was done by a stand-in, but anyway, like a lot of nudity. But no, this film goes places that even by modern gore standards would be kind of sickening. And certainly not something that would then be released afterwards. Now, it didn't do that well even on the exploitation circuit until they changed the name. And so you can also find this with the title Sex Maniac, which did wonders. And after that, it did great on the exploitation. Once people had something they knew they could see or what to expect. As far as the plot for this thing, it's like watching the Bean at a carnival trick show. You don't know where it's going. First it's here, then it's over there, then it's over here, then it's over there again. Just it is so bad it's good to such an extent. It still is like in the top 100, if not towards the top of the so bad it's good film category. So it's one of those things that you have to watch to believe. So might not be enjoyable by yourself, but it will be enjoyable if you watch it with somebody. There's also, I believe the guys who did Mystery Science Theater 3000, I think they did a Riff Tracks version of this. So you might hunt that down to get more of a laugh out of it. But yeah, my movie recommendation this week is 1934's Maniac. Now, if you like my movie recommendations, and I hope you do, please click like, follow, share, do that whole number. I'd appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing you next time.